All right. Hello, welcome to December. It's that time of the year. I'm not gonna open a pack a day or something like this. Business as usual. I just finished the thank you video for the patrons, and now it's the monthly video's turn. So I did thank the patrons. Thanks again. And here, thank you to all the subscribers. It's an awesome part of this hobby to be, doing my work for the community. We're checking out what's going on with the prices, and this time it's about box prices. So every first of the month, I'm checking on the availability of boxes and the prices of boxes on Cardmarket, Europe's biggest platform. Now, without further ado, we also have some other numbers after that. What do? I do write down these amounts and prices for all these different sets, and then I'll put this into Google spreadsheets and the Google graphs. It's a bunch of work, but this is the finished result. Don't care about anything else. Here at one glance, since I started in February 2022, so almost 4 years ago, I have taken numbers and notes before, but not that organized. So I do have older numbers, but for the sake of, what do we do with this? We just want to see at one glance what's the price doing. So the price for Welcome to Rough first edition, for instance, is going down over time compared to 4 years ago, and the supply is going up over time. Yes, we've seen much higher prices, we've seen much lower supply, or higher supply even, I should say, but the tendency is this. The price didn't change for the last year, except for this one hiccup in September. The supply, well, on average, it went up just a bit, but yeah, in between 6 and 8 boxes is the normal range, which you can find on Cardmarket. And now here we go. We're doing this for all these sets after the Welcome to Rough first edition, of course, came unlimited, where there's 165 boxes on the market. The supply of this has been rapidly going down up until June 2023. So 2.5 years ago, we've seen the lowest supply and the highest price. And since then, the supply on average is going up a bit, and the price is going down a bit. So compared to the last year, this price is up. Compared to its lifespan, this price is up. But we've seen higher prices before. So, and this is a perfect example for a great graph that gives you a good overview. Now, would I be shocked if we see a supply under 100 again? No. Would I be shocked if we see a supply of 400 again? Yes. And yeah, the price, I could easily see this go up again slowly. I mean, as Final Trade is saying this, these are products, collectible sealed products which people destroy for fun. So yeah, over the years, supply should go down, price should go up, and maybe this has started, but I don't know, we will see. So highest supply was here in June 2024, 1.5 years ago, and ever since then the price didn't change. The supply went down just a bit, and we shall see how this develops further on. Now, for all the rest that came after that, all the sets, Arcane Rising first edition, we're still at 1,464, including shipping. The supply is up to 10. Unlimited. Well. I thought about sharing my inventory to the patrons, at least, to the paying patrons. I think this year I'm gonna do an anonymous percentage-wise listing, or I could really tell you how many of these cases and boxes and boosters do I have. But yeah, in terms of sealed product, it's interesting to see that there's still 121 boxes of Arcane Rising Unlimited on the market, and the price is still low at 112, low compared to the price spike of this collector's week right here. The first time they've shown the printer numbers, that's where things went crazy. Arcane Rising has been at 171, and now that has been a blow off top. And now it's really cooling off. The prices, you see this curve is getting flat now. maybe we can see a further sideways trends in 2026. We shall see. And the supply, I'm not sure about this. I really don't expect the supply to go higher than this. But yeah, we shall see. After that, we've had Crucible of War first edition in this term, in this case. And 34 is the supply, 322 is the price. This is the lowest price ever for Crucible of War first edition. And when I say ever, it's just, you know, these past almost 4 years that I have tracked this, and I do this just one time a month. Maybe in 2 weeks the price is going to be lower, and then in 4 weeks it's going to be up again. I have no clue. It's just one time a month where I check the prices at the beginning of the month, and this time, well, supply is relatively on average, prices down, lowest ever. So unlimited, well, 110 boxes are on the market. The price is still at 77. Not much changing here. Next, Monarch First Edition, where a bunch of people have been drawn into this hobby. I was here before, but I started with these price points, at least all these graphs. I did start where the prices were at the absolute peak, at the highest prices ever. Started at 176 and then 175, and price memory tells us that this should be a super expensive product. But yeah, over the years now we've seen that the price should not be up there, at least not for now, the next months, or maybe even the next years, to be honest, because the supply is not changing much. It's always in the 200s. For, I mean, there's a few exceptions, 3 up here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lower, 9, 10 lower. But yeah, you can see yourselves, the supply now is slowly going down. The price still is slowly going down as well. And that's another one of these super great graphs to see it all at one glance. I mean, yes, I did start at a super hyped point during the pandemic. Everybody was spending money for this stuff because we didn't have anything else to do. And well, Monarch is still not at 1,000 per box. It's at 72 including shipping. Maybe the next set that comes out, Shadow Against Light, maybe, Pen, the Wrath of Compendium. Maybe this is going to change something to the Monarch and then Dusk Till Dawn classes, sealed products. We shall see. I don't know. It's just interesting to watch and see. And right now the market is weak. It's like Bitcoin. The price is down here, has been higher. Overall, I expect this to go up. Now this is Monarch Unlimited. 161 boxes, 56 including shipping. And then I also checked the expected value, and if you know the expected value is like half of this price, then it's really interesting to see that there's still people buying this and opening this. But anyhow, today it's just about these prices. It's just about facts, nothing about what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm going to find some products which I can buy because it's too cheap. All these past ones that I've shown you until now, I personally wouldn't buy. I did have this one Crucible of War first edition box. I wouldn't buy another one right now. There's other things to do with my money. Right now I'm saving hard for Pen. Okay, now price of Tales of Aria first edition is at 57, super low. Only 2 times we've seen a lower price. The supply is relatively high at 193. And keep in mind, I say this so often times, Tales of Aria first edition has been printed much more than Tales of Aria Unlimited. This has been the time where the hype suddenly stopped. Nothing was sold anymore, and Legend Story Studios decided to not sell as many unlimited boxes as they wanted to. Yeah. Okay, here's my personal opinion. We are seeing a lowest supply ever, 128. The prices still where it's oftentimes 63. The release has been 4 years ago. The price is still where it has been 4 years ago, but the supply is at an all-time low. Yes, Unlimited features rainbow foil cards and not cold foil cards, but since the print run is like a third, almost around about a third of the first edition, and first edition there's more boxes on the market. I think if you really want to gamble or have a good memory, put this into your closet. This could be an option. Yeah, okay, now, next. We've had Everfest after that, which only exists in first edition. Almost only. Never seen an Unlimited card where there should be some in existence. I've also, we talked about this incendiary before. But yeah, Everfest, price is going down on average. The price right now is at 67 per box. I do believe this is pretty cheap, also especially compared to the expected value. So the cards inside there, it's worth opening this stuff. So 191 boxes, lowest supply ever again. So it's this block this time about 4 years ago. Is it worth buying this stuff? 191 is still pretty much. I did open quite a bunch, so that was good. That was fun. 67, yeah, that's a low price. Do we go under? I really don't expect this to go under. If there's any boxes for under 60, I'm gonna buy them all. I'm really gonna buy them all. If you make me an offer, if you have some up for sale. Now, this is interesting as well. History Pack 1, German. So I'm just comparing the German language because, well, I do come from Germany. I do live in Germany and I have my business here. And so that's why I sell more German cards than French, Italian, Spanish, and then also the newer stuff that came after that. Of course, Japanese, nobody here in Europe, nobody, not many people have this as their main language, right? Now, 73 is the price. We've seen a lower price here at release, but after that, the price has been around hundreds and then 90s and then 80s, and now it's at 70s. So, interesting to see. Yes, the expected value really is not high. If you have any calculations, keep in mind there's 36 booster boxes in one of those boxes and not 24. Other than that, what's there to say? The supply is still at 110. I don't know. Maybe it's good for new players who really only want German cards. Other than that, I don't know. This one right here seems more interesting because there's only 70 German History Pack 2 boxes on the market. The price is at 80. Same thing. Hundreds, 90s, 80s, 70s, and then 66. It has been there during the summer, and now it's slowly going back up. I mean, this fits to the supply and all the way down. I mean, yeah, maybe there's someone who has 100 booster boxes left and he just waits for the price to go back up to 90s and then he puts them onto the market. But right now, supply is 70, price is 80. Do with this information as you want to. Here's another one, super interesting one. Fab 2.0 Uprising is at 90. The price is still up. We've seen 70s, 60s, 80s, and now 90s. Pretty stable up there at 90. The supply is the lowest supply ever. Again, lowest supply ever. 35 English Uprising boxes on card markets. And this product is 2.5 years old. Is it 2.5 years? Hold on. Yes, 2.5, 3.5. Oh my god. June 22. So 3.5 years. Can't even count anymore. Yeah, that's interesting. 35 is really not much. 90 for one of the products, the Fab 2.0 products out of this era. Really not too much. Because, well, after this came up Outsiders, which we've seen a low supply of 3 in April. And a price of 147 because of that supply shock. Do I think there's more entering the market? We've seen more here in August. That's when the price went back down to 90s. And now again the supply is slowly going back down. We're at 23 boxes English only. The price is back up to 100. To me it's super interesting to see these price swings compared to these supplies. Yes, it's absolutely nothing to invest in if you have the option, or if you want to, if you want to get Pokemon boxes or One Piece or whatever. There is sealed product which more reliably goes up in price. To me personally, I do have Outsiders boxes and I like to have them. I like to hoard them. I like to have the option to open them in the future. And yeah, it's crazy to see that now compared to last month, supply is going down, price is going back up. It's curious to see what happens here. Okay, Dynasty, well, what do I have to say? The price is still 170, which is super high for a standard box out of Flesh Blood. 26 is the supply, which is pretty much on average with this summer, I wanted to say, but April since we've seen 20s and 30s. So 170, price is still high. Do I expect more of this product to make it to the market? No. But I don't know what's going to happen here. This is really interesting to see. Is this going back down to 140 or is this going back up to 190? Everything's possible. Most likely outcome right now, to me personally, is it's just going sideways for a few months. Okay, bright lights. People still don't hype bright lights at all. 271 supply, 62 price. On average, this price has just seen one way. It's going down, down, down. 62 for one of these boxes is super low. After that came Dustle Dome, which was much better in terms of sales. The single cards are strong. The whole set and theme, it's all well done. It has these sketch cards, 20 of them, like 1 of 10 each. They're not numbered, but you know what I mean. 30 is the supply, 101 is the price. That's also very interesting to see. Price on average is going up. Supply on average is going down. Clearly to see. Now, heavy hitters. Well, that's a strong set as well, but it's just not. We have a low supply of 132. We have a moderate price for. That's one of those sets which has not had a price increase. The price right now, including shipping, is 81. And then we've had Pot the Mist Whale. 116, lowest supply ever again. 77 is the price, which is pretty much an average price. But I do expect if this trend continues, that one has to go up. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it always is. Rosetta, well, we've had this price increase here, I guess. Rosetta came out for 80s, yes. Supplies at 70, relatively high compared to all year long. The price is at 101, relatively on average, in line with all year long. And then we've had the Hunted, which has been a super banger set. We started at 100 and we've never seen a lower price than 99. One spike where the supply has been low. The supply right now is at 109. The price right now is at 102. I can't express how interesting it is to me to see all this month after month. Now we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 months where nothing has changed. The supply went down a bit on average, and now it's down quite a bunch. The price is up a bit. It's interesting to see. Just 1 month later, 2%. Well, doesn't seem much. We shall see what the next months hold. And then high seas, yeah. There is an interesting development here. High seas is at 84. The price is the lowest price. And the supply is relatively super high at 429. So I don't know about that. Oh, I've had all prices in black. Let me edit this real quick. I'm going into the style. Line color should be black. No, oh my god. Stupid me. That's the bars. Yes, orange change to black. Go back. Can we have this, please? Just bold colors. Yeah, okay. Well, interesting to see. I just bought more high Cs, as I've shown in my Patreon video, which you can only see if you're a patron. Surprise. Last but not least, we do have Super Slam, whereas I'm going to change this again as well. Okay, thanks for that. Let me update this, make it bigger. Okay, last set. 63 is the price. That is a super low price. That's also one of those products which had been increased in price from the get-on. So this should always stay at 80. People are losing money if they set it for 63 including shipping. I don't know why people do this, but yeah, sometimes I also do have, oftentimes I also do have this liquidity crunch. Okay, there's 602 boxes. That's quite a bunch. The price is at 63, and if it stays like this, the price should or could go even lower. It's interesting to see. I'm definitely not getting Super Slam boxes now to put them into my storage. Okay, we still have some. I mean, today I'm talking too much. We have a bunch. Yeah, some numbers. So if you're interested and you made it this far, it is the beginning of December. There's 1,654 members on the German Discord. That's a little less than last month, but on average the number is going up. The international Discord, yeah, 25,779. This number is going up significantly and remarkably strong trend. It's Flesh and Blood is continuing. That's just one of these few metrics which we can check. Yeah. These are my subscribers. We have welcomed 15 more subscribers compared to last month. Thank you, everybody. I know it's a niche hobby, and I know there's no money to be made, especially we can see this with the channel members. There are 0 channel members. Nobody wants to support me there, just these Patreons. Thank you, Bobby, Jerome, Oleg, Kuba, Andreas, Sebastian Weber, Y, Quad, Idis, Vinny, Keep It Sealed, Booyaka, John Tito, Double Books, Brian Lee, and Samuel Cooper. We do have 16. Why didn't I put this on here? We do have 16 now. That's yeah, we've been at 19, which is basically the maximum for the earliest supporters, because the 20th slot, I don't know why you can't book it, but yeah, we're at 16. Patrons do have several advantages. I don't know if I'm forgetting some of these. Now, first off, you are getting openings. My case openings are, you get these boxes for cheaper than the markets. Usually we do, I don't ship all the commons and rares. Usually we focus on every card that's worth €2 and above, so the box price is lower. Sometimes every card that's €5 and above, because we have collectors who already have all the bulk. I keep the bulk, the box price is even cheaper. You get cheaper Premier card gradings. So the prices, I as an online single card seller, get a much lower bulk price, and we collect our cards, some from openings. Sometimes the patrons send me their cards. I bring them all to PCG. I bring them there in person to PCG Germany. And after they're graded, we're opening them on the channel, so it's a win-win for all of us. It's cheap for the patrons. Yeah, it takes some days longer, sure, but yeah, we're all having fun together with these videos. You are getting 10% off your cardmarket orders. Just put those cards into the basket, write me that you want those. I'm gonna make the package ready. We're gonna split the savings. Yeah, so 10% off the single cards. You pay less for the openings, you pay less for the PCG grading, and that's just $5 a month or €5 a month. And then we do have a Discord where we, you can join the Discord. We do have some interesting topics, some polls, some things we're talking about. It's a little nice community. It's a small family where we are just. There were 2 other benefits. I do have exclusive videos for Patreon, whereas I'm not necessarily bringing as much as I want to. But the other advantage, I forgot. Oh my god, this is stupid. Yeah, sometimes I'm giving cards away, but what's the other advantage of our patrons? Write it in the comments. I don't know. So sales, I'm at 15,099 on card markets, 242 this month. And the last, maybe most important metric right now is the view hours. So in order to become a full YouTube partner, I have to make it to 4,000 view hours of all my videos within the last 365 days. We are down in view hours, minus 58 compared to last month. I think it's because right here in summer, I was away for 2.5 weeks. I didn't do anything. Maybe that's the reason why the average went down. We've been all the way up at 3,675. Now we're down to 3,508. I really try to push this to 4,000 so that I can make 30 cents per video or so. So, other than that, good month. A bunch of lowest supply ever sets. That's also interesting to see every time. Let me check this real quick one last time. Lowest supply for Tales of Aria Unlimited. Lowest supply for Everfest. Lowest supply for History Pack 2 in German. Lowest supply for Uprising. So, keep that in mind. There's a bunch of opportunities. Lowest supply for Part the Mistveil. And I think that's it. Yes. Interesting hobby, interesting times. Stay safe, stay healthy, and if you have anything on your mind, this is not clickbaiting. I'm reading every comment, and I'm also answering to every comment, unless somebody else already did. And I'm also available on Discord. So, buy my cards. We want to have a record month. I'm 17% behind last year's sales. 17%. I'm gonna have to make up in December. I think we're not gonna make it unless there is a wonder happening, but yeah. Have a good month. Have a good December. And have fun with this hobby. Bye.